Hi, this is Odeean. Today I'm having a look at Bandai's Super Robot Chogokins Shin Mazinger Z. I've had my eye on a Super Robot Chogokin for a long time now, but never bought any. I may have mentioned in a previous video that the purpose of me getting at least one of these guys is because I feel like they're better suited to posing with my Godzilla, and I've been interested how will super robots like this fit in with my Godzilla collection. But that's jumping ahead a little bit there. Let's have a look at the detail. You can see that the face is quite sharp. To give you an idea of how tiny these guys are, I'm going to get my ruler. So his head there is about 1 centimeter big, and they've changed their technique a little bit with this small size. You can see that instead of clear eyes, they've got painted on eyes with a painted on border, which really makes it pop out at such a tiny scale compared to if they'd just gone with a see-through plastic or something like that. The gold is nicely done on the horns, and the little recesses on the grill on the faceplate are also painted pretty crisply. You can see he's got good range of motion there. The neck has all manner of balls at the bottom, at the top. It lets you get any kind of pose that you really want, and that's pretty cool. The little hover plane on the inside also comes out, and thankfully it pegs in quite securely. If you just grab it with your fingernails, you can see here how tiny little thing it is compared to my hands. It looks like it's going to bend down, but I don't think that it does. I think that it's just one solid piece, and I'm not about to stress it out in order to try and do that. It serves its purpose, and that purpose is to sit in the head. You can see the post there that it pegs down onto. Once it's there, it is not coming out. You may notice that I've got the breast fire plates on the front here. Now that's my favorite way for him to look, but this set actually comes with the plain red breastplates on, so I'm going to try and get this off. They just peg in like this. Now you don't want to lever it off by the edge too much. What you really want to do is get your fingernails under it to take it off. If you're going to lever it by the long part, it may well snap. So anyway, here's the standard plates that I'm just popping in, and they look very nice too. It's really attractive. They're perfectly smooth and red, and either way, either one that you prefer, they both are done really excellently. I mean, this one here, I always like this just because of the tiny little lines on it. I think it's more detail, and I just like the detail. The next thing I want to point out is that I've got this gold waistband on. Now that's not necessary, you can pull it off. Now I haven't seen any of the shows for Shin Mazinger, so I'm guessing that this is his look when he has the Scrander on. If you want, you can just have it kind of naked like that, and in fact that's how it comes, and I think on its own that's how it's supposed to look. You can see that he can get a bit of an ab crunch going here. You can lean back, you can extend up to get more range, but if you do extend it up, you expose some of the cavity there, so I like to keep it plugged down. As an alternate to that gold waistband, we do get this waistband. I think this is for the ordinary type Scrander, like the old style Scrander. I don't have that set. I kind of passed up my opportunity to get that. Now it's a little bit too expensive. And without the old time Scrander, I think this waistband looks a little bit off. For posability in the shoulder, we've got a ball joint which is connected to a swing bar, so you can get that forward shrug as well as all the normal range that you would get from a ball. At the other end of the ball, we also have a pivot, so the shoulder is really flexible. Now, this swivel that you're seeing here is not a bicep swivel. Well, it's more like an elbow swivel. So the elbow has a clicky ratchet here, as well as a double joint for the forearm here. No cavities exposed at the back when it does that. But with all the moving parts, sometimes you want to get it aligned, because it it has a tendency for the two rotating parts to get out of alignment, and you might just have to fix that up when you're finally posing it for some photos or to put on the shelf or something. The fist is quite large compared to the rest of the arm. It's on a ball, but that largeness prevents it from moving all that much. You can just pop it off. Come on, pop off. There we go. And you can see the ball under there. Now I'm going to grab this cool attachment. Just pop it on. As I said, I haven't seen the show. I don't know whose face he's ripped off here, but that is awesome. Look at that. Makes me want to go and watch the show. Apart from that effect part fist, we do get a few other hands, and I'm just picking them up now to give you a look. This is a grasping hand. We have a matching grasping hand for the other side. A kind of gesturing open hand. Then the matching one for the other side. And finally, one single pointing finger for his right fist. And the finger does look kind of exceptionally long. Moving down to the waist, we can pull this section out at the top of the thigh to get more poseability, or we can leave it pushed back in like this to look more accurate. Now, I've heard it said that these thighs are too fat, not having much contact with the source material. I think I like them, so I've got no complaints with that. We've got an awesomely clicky ratchet. Oh my god, listen to that. What a beautiful sound. Nice die-cast chest, die-cast lower leg, super posable ankles, ankle tilts. Press to fire! This is an effect part that comes with it. You can see how fine and pointy the details are, so you've got to be cautious not to snag these little points because they will snap off. But it looks pretty good, although I can't imagine wanting to keep it this way on the shelf. I do like effect parts, but this one kind of looks a little bit, it's just a little bit over the top. It kind of hides the figure itself, but it's well executed if you like that kind of thing. Turning around to the butt, you can see a little slot on his bum there. We get a tiny little piece that can slot into that like so, and that gives you the ability to use any old stand. So I've got this stand here. It's actually off Godzilla because I'm about to show you a comparison of him with Godzilla, and it can simply peg in like this. So you can do what you like with that, make him fly, or just get a short stand to give him some stability on the shelf. And here's what I mean. This is S.H.Monsterarts original Godzilla fighting Shin Mazinger Z. I'm not any kind of scholar when it comes to the actual sizes of these guys or how big they're supposed to be. To me it looks kind of fun scale. I like Godzilla a lot, so he should be bigger than Mazinger, but Mazinger's a robot, so maybe he's got some advantage. So I mentioned before it comes with a Scrander, and here it is. I think you would still call this a Scrander, even though it's not exactly old-time Mazinger Z. It just snaps on the back like so. The waistband doesn't really hold it at all, it's just for show, so you can choose to even not have that on if you wish. It looks pretty impressive, but I don't feel that the design of this is matching. So we've got our Mazinger Z here, and then this looks like a huge set of dragon wings, and I don't like it that much, to be honest. I'm thinking whether I should fork out some money to get the original style Scrander, because I think I'd be a lot happier with that. Now that's not to say this is not cool. It is cool. Turning it around at the back, it's got definitely some qualities. You can see these things that look like arms, kind of rocket nozzles on them, helping him to fly. If you want, you can flip them around like this, point them over his shoulders, and give him two massive cannons to blow his enemies away. It's poseable, although I tend to think it looks better this way. And if you want, you can fold it up like this and have kind of a darker look to it. That's quite nice, actually. The end result is, once you've got it on your shelf, on a stand, hitting a pose with his big wings, looks pretty nice. It is a tiny, tiny figure. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is not the ultimate Mazinger that you're going to want to display. Taking a look here, it's only about 13 centimeters tall. My final thoughts. As I said, this is my first SRC and I am pretty happy with it. Now, I'm still not really willing to go and buy a whole bunch of SRCs because I feel that at this size they're just not the best form of each character. But I probably will pick up the Grandizer because I want to have these two, Grandizer and Mazinger Z, on my Godzilla shelf. I know they're not really Godzilla figures, but to me they belong together. It's kind of magical things off from Japan all fighting each other in the one place. For a while I had planned on picking up the reissue of the original SRC Mazinger Z, but I held off on that on the hope that I would get this figure. And I did get it. This was a gift from my beautiful wife for Christmas, and I really appreciate it. So thank you, honey. That's a couple of good things she's got me now. She got me one of the Evangelions, was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. But I really appreciate it, and I'm glad that I didn't get something close to this before it was given to me, because it makes it all the more fun to receive. And this little thing is a bit cool as well, although I think I am still going to have to get that other Scrander. So I can recommend this figure. I'm enjoying it, and I think it'll probably stay out for quite a while. This has been my video review for SRC Shin Mazinger Z. I'm Odeean. Thank you for watching. Oh, and one last thing, I forgot to mention, his hands can also plug into the cannons on his back, so he can fight with 4 arms, if that's what you like. It would have been nicer if they could bend down under his other arms. As it is, they have to go over the top like that. I think I would have even liked it if the wings could pop off and the arms stay on. Anyway, that's really it.